triathlon knowledge to his decisions that many of us do not have. So I'd like to thank George for all of his years of service to the people of Hopkinton. And Donis, you have been a bright light on our school committee. You bring a fresh perspective and an honest and caring vision for Chariho. You have reminded us that not all Chariho students and families feel well represented in our schools. And I'm going to miss your thoughtfulness and willingness to speak for Chariho's underserved. I cannot wait to see your continued advocacy. Thank you. Finally, Lisa. You got a lot done over your 8 years on the school committee. Maybe most notably, you got our callous students and teachers out of trailers and into a building of which our community can be proud, which was no small feat. You have been a tireless voice for the BIPOC residents of Chariho, and mainly you put students first. The motto of Chariho is all kids, all the time. You have been able to remind us that our own lived experiences in Chariho aren't enough to inform all of our decisions. We have to think of all of our Chariho kids, and I'm really going to miss serving with you. Thank you.
That was lovely, Catherine. Thank you. Athletic accolades for postseason awards that were not, some have not been released yet postseason. So we're going to start with what we know so far. High school unified volleyball. They did lose to Cranston East in Division III semifinals, but they played their hearts out. High school field hockey team moved to Division III to Division II and started the season 12-0 before losing to Rocky Hill 4-3 in a very tough loss. They advanced to the semifinals and were defeated by Cumberland. And that was definitely sad, but they worked hard. They held their heads high. We're very proud of our high school girls tennis. They lost to Ponteganta in the Division II semifinals. They finished the season with a 13-3 record, and they themselves should be very proud of the accomplishments of the season. Congratulations, ladies. Our high school football team overcame an 18-point deficit, but did lose to Rogers 26-22 in the Division III quarterfinal playoff game, but again, played their hearts out. Our high school girls soccer team moved from Division II to Division I this year, and they showed up. They beat Pilgrim in the quarterfinals by a score of 1-0. They did lose to North Kingstown in the semifinals, but they were named Showcase Cinema Team of the Week, raising $500 for the Gianna Sorella Memorial Fund in the shootout for sepsis, and Reed DeSantis made 5 big saves. Congratulations, ladies. We are ready. Coach Cole. So, as we get started, we're going to have Coach Cole. We have the undefeated high school girls volleyball team in attendance this evening. I don't know who was more nervous, they were or their parents, when they were watching the games every time they showed up and completed the undefeated season. They did beat East Providence 3-0 on Saturday at Rhode Island College. They are Division II champions, and we are proud to have them here tonight.
Coach McGann would like to apologize for not being here tonight. Tonight was also the All-Division, All-State Awards night. So because she was there representing our students, so you'll see a lot of names showing up on those lists.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Grace McLeod. I'm going to call your name. I'm going to call your name, and you guys are going to come right up here. Get a nice shot. Smile for the camera. Macy McLeod. Sage Puckett. Abigail McAllister. Emma Kokab. Alexis Cole. Randy Swenson. Aaron O'Leary. Katya Nelson. Finley Callahan. L. Clark. Brianna DiGiacomo. And Jules White was unable to attend today because she had her wisdom teeth out today.
Sean Cole. And congratulations to Coach Cole. We also have one for Coach Catherine, which we will get to her. Oh, you want me to? Thank you. And now stay right there, Mrs. Foz. Where'd she go? There she is. She's gonna take a photo. So we have one for. Get in there.
No, okay, good.
Don't move, you got more parents.
Okay, don't move your parents' one photo. Get back.
Did all the parents get one?
Did everyone get their photo?
All right.
Marta, this is an important moment. It doesn't happen all the time. The undefeated.
State champ. Undefeated.
Okay, what a round of applause. Undefeated, state champs. We will be celebrating high school boys soccer later this evening, but when they come, they actually at a dinner right now. We will stop and invite them up for recognition.
Mr. Callahan.
Chair, I make a motion for a 5-minute recess so that the school committee can congratulate the girls, and I'd like to hug my daughter.
Okay.
Starting to get the players in. Good.
Oh, was there,
There was.
Thank you for coming. Congratulations again. 45, right, or 46? Okay, where are we? We're gonna skip.
Right,
we
this,
need to-
item 7 is, the item will need to be tabled as the state is not certifying the election until the end of November.
Yes,
At this time, I make a motion to table item 7.
Second.
there's been a motion and a second to table item 7 until the state certifies the election, which would be at the end of November. So those in favor for tabling it, it'll be the December 15th? 13th meeting. Thank you. That was unanimous. Thank you. Okay, this is the time in our agenda for public forum. Anyone in the audience who has a comment or something that they would like the school committee to hear that's not on the agenda, please come forward. This is your time to speak. Yes, yes, Mr. Day?
You want to script?
Oh.
Yeah, so William Day from Richmond. I felt I needed to get up and talk about my old friend Donna. And I don't mean old in that respect, but Donna and I have a long history here, and I'm hoping, putting this on record, that the new committee members will understand and really appreciate that this is probably the hardest working individual in the Charahoe campus. Not taking anything away from all the other people here, but Donna is fantastic. She does her job, keeps her mouth shut, doesn't complain or anything like that. And I'm going to miss some of you other people here, but the one I'm really going to miss is Donna, because we don't have too many people like Donna in this world, and my world has been better for knowing Donna.
Are you approaching Mr. Chuck? Okay. Hello.
My name is Tyler Champlin from Hopkinton. I just want to take the opportunity tonight to thank the members of the school committee who are rolling off this year. I know, listen, we all might not see eye to eye at times, but I enjoyed conversations with all of you, Mr. Callahan. We had many great conversations. Ms. Macaruso, we stood outside a few times chit-chatting. Catherine, I've talked to you, I don't know how many times. Ms. Picard, Mr. Draper. You guys aren't leaving. But no, I just want to thank you guys for your work for the district. I know you guys are here for the kids. And as hopefully an incoming member on the school committee, I just want the community to know that I'm also here to serve them just as well as you guys did. So thank you and best of luck. I hope to see you guys sitting out here throughout the next few years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much. If there's no one else, then we'll just go to business.
So our advanced placement, SAT and PSAT data presentation will be done by Ms. Brennan-Ninny, and Ms. Boz is here as well. They will present and provide an overview of those results.
Good evening. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to all the members. Only a year for me, but it's been a great year, and I do appreciate all your hard work. Thank you. For our performance for last year, our spring of 2022, we have some celebrations for our SAT and our PSAT scores. Both the SAT and the PSAT scores, they surpassed the state and the national averages. Our students scored 1020 as a mean for their PSATs, and for the SATs, and for their PSATs, they scored a 965. So showing that data, that's the words there, but showing the data, you can see it laid out here in this chart. So it demonstrates where we are in CHS, Rhode Island, and the nation. I do want to highlight where we met with our evidence-based reading and writing score. So our students, 64% of our students scored at or above benchmark. And the 480 there in the parentheses, that is the benchmark that is set by College Board. And then 37% of our students met the math benchmark. If you notice, the math benchmark is set at 530, which is higher than the evidence-based reading and writing. If you are curious about how those benchmarks are set, because SATs are, the purpose of SATs is to predict how well students do in their first year at college, they actually use the averages of the first semester courses of students in college, and this is based on 2018 numbers. And they use those averages to establish the benchmarks. So that's where those benchmarks come from. But if you notice our students on the bottom, they scored a 502 on the math and 518 in the evidence-based reading and writing. And if you are wondering, we did go down from 1026 last year, but I did put the comparison of both Rhode Island and the nation as well. So it's commiserate with the nation and Rhode Island. For PSATs, again, 965. You'll notice with our evidence-based reading and writing, our 78% of our students scored at or above benchmark. And 43% scored at or above for math. And if you notice the little arrow at the bottom of the math there, we did go up in our math score compared to last year. Just to have, again, the comparison, we did go down, but again, the state and the nation went down as well. For our AP results, we had 181 AP students that took an exam last spring. That is 25% of our 10th through 12th graders have taken an AP exam. Out of the 22 AP subject tests, 17 of them have a mean score of 3 or above. So the students that took those exams have a mean score of 3 or above in 17 out of the 22 tests that we have had students take this past spring. And we just have a couple of celebrations with some certain subject tests. So our AP Bio, it's 4th year in a row that 80% of our students have scored a 3 or above. And then our AP Computer Science Principles, 90% of our students have scored a 3 or above for the 5th year in a row. This chart just shows where we've been since 2017. And you can see that's quite the travel that's gone on here. But we have gone up to 75% of our students scoring 3 or above, which is getting back to our 2018, 2019 numbers. And just as a historical view between Chariho, Rhode Island, and the nation, you can see that our scores of students that have scored 3 or above on the AP exams is higher and remains higher than Rhode Island and the national averages. The Rhode Island and national comparisons have not been released yet for 2022. And this final graph explains our Chariho scholars, so for AP scholars. And I made sure to have an explanation that describes what those distinctions mean. So an AP scholar is a student that has a 3 or higher on 3 or more AP exams, and 22 of our students have met that benchmark. We have 6 students that have AP scholars with honors, which means that they've had a 3.25 or higher on 3 or more. On all their AP exams, and the 3 or higher on 4 or more of their exams. And then AP Scholars with Distinction, 3.5 on all of their AP exams, and 3 or higher on 5 or more of their exams. So we've had 9 students that have met that. And 1 student has completed an AP capstone diploma, which means that they've successfully scored a 3 or higher on both the AP seminar and AP research exams. So for our action steps, based off of this data, we want to focus on our areas of need, math being one of those areas of need. But just noting that we have our new math curricula in place, our Reveal Math with Alex as one of our programs to help students in their proficiency along the way. So students are doing that this year at the high school. Another area with math that I think we will show improvement is that our students have taken our stats class. So this was a class that was approved last year, and students are enrolled in that. And just as an anecdotal piece of evidence, a student that took the SAT in the spring, who is enrolled in stats, just took the SAT and they scored 400 points higher on their math test. So they attribute a lot of that to the stats that is required on the SAT test. Do you have any questions? Yes.
Okay, Ms. Luzon and then Mr. McQuaid. Ms. Luzon, you have the floor.
Just a quick observation. I was looking at the nation scores on the SATs and the PSATs. I'm just curious, why such a discrepancy? Why in the SATs you got 1.1.5 million and the other one is 350,000? So is it a regional issue, or I'm just curious?
In terms of how many participants?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Rhode Island,
Well,
PSAT is not required.
Right.
I mean, it's required in Rhode
Right.
Island, but not across the nation. So oftentimes there's more high schools that require SAT than PSAT.
So is it even regional, or is it more state by state?
It's state by state. They can determine how
I
they.
just find that amazing. That's all. Thank you.
Mr. McQuaid.
A few questions. Starting with, I think there's been a lot of conversation for, goodness, more than a decade at this point, or it feels like at least a decade, regarding SAT and PSAT. And so just wanting to understand how it is that the district really thinks about SAT and PSAT scores. It is a data point among a variety of data points. And so functionally, how do we utilize this data to inform curriculum, instruction, things of that nature?
So within College Board, within the platform, it breaks down into some of the subjects and some of the areas that are specifically tested and targeted. So in algebra, you have passport to mathematics, or in the math, you have passport to mathematics, and you have some algebraic aspects. And so those are broken down. So teachers can use that data just to kind of inform if there's an area specifically within the math section or within the evidence-based reading and writing section that might be targeted. But you're correct to say it is one data point. And I'm proud to say that that's not what we focus on in the classroom. We have our high quality instructional materials, curriculum materials, and we use those with fidelity. But those are vetted because, in addition to helping students learn and meet some standards, they do also help students be successful on the SAT.
Thank you. I appreciate sort of understanding how sort of functionally we're using this data, because again, otherwise it's sort of a data point amongst a variety of data points. Another question, staying on sort of SAT and PSAT, if it's a fair comparison, what were the same data points for Massachusetts? I figured you might.
And just to note, Massachusetts does not use SAT as accountability testing, where Rhode Island does and Connecticut does. So actually, probably a closer comparison would be Connecticut.
I have that as well.
Yes, you do. I know you do.
Um,
Just so-
Hence why I said if it's a fair comparison, because I
Right, so-
wanted to provide you that space.
For accountability, because they have the MCAS in
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Yes.
So I do take SATs, but it not necessarily at the numbers that you would see in Rhode
It's not
Island. So that
every
may not be
single-
apples to apples.
not every single junior takes the SAT in Massachusetts. So and I'll go back to the slide that shows
Thank you.
all of my little transitions there. So for comparison, if you like, the Massachusetts mean score is 1129. And again, that's to our 1020. Connecticut, it's 1025. And Connecticut's state test is the SAT. So every single junior takes the SAT as their state test.
That's a notable data point.
Yes.
So thank you.
I do have, if you like the breakdown of the reading and writing and math, I can give you those, or it's really just the mean score. that you're
I won't make everyone go through that, but I myself am interested,
I'll-
so if you could
can show you.
share that with me.
Oh, you had to ask. I don't have that data point right now, but that is one, and I'd be happy to look. I'd be happy to get that to you.
Yeah, we do have a lot of that data.
Chair, if it's okay.
Oh, yeah, please.
So
You have the
then,
floor.
so again, I think that's notable, particularly the Connecticut comparison is notable. So then, moving over to the AP data, clearly a lot to feel very proud about and feel very good about. I'm curious in terms of percentage of students who are engaged in AP students or in AP courses. And just curious how that has also grown over the years.
I gave the little data point that 25% of our 10th through 12th graders have taken an AP exam. So we have that. I don't have a comparison as to how that number has grown.
Okay.
I do know, based off of our AP Psych, that was voted on. So that will increase some of our participation. And I do know there's talk of teachers looking at some other options of AP. I think it has been a driving force in trying to get students into those higher level classes and engage them in those types of classes.
And it may be more appropriate as a future agenda item, but I would be curious to also sort of go a little bit deeper, both in percentage of the growth in terms of the courses offered, the percentage of students who are participating, but then also, again, how that compares relative to other districts in state.
So we did receive recognition at the State House in May. Linda Lyle was representing, along with Dana Hall and a few of our students attended. We were 5 districts in the state that were recognized for participation increases around advanced placement courses. So we are leading in the state. We are the top 5.
Excellent.
And one of the things that I learned from going to that presentation is that the state is trying to increase AP participation in all the districts, not
Yes.
just, So I think Charahoe is leading that, but it's a goal of the state to improve the participation of AP, especially in like other districts that might not have that, opportunity. So they're trying to.
Absolutely. I find that Charahoe, it's often best that we don't compete with, let's say, the balance of districts, but look to leading districts and or competing against ourselves, which I'm perfectly comfortable doing when we are leading. So again, I'll wait until future agenda items, but I think I'd love to dive in a little bit deeper. This is thank you for this presentation. I think this post prompted a lot of questions and thoughts, so I think it's very positive. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm happy to give you any data points in the future. So.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I think when you explore this in a future agenda item, and you may have this information now, of that 25%, it would be interesting to look at the demographics of that
Yes.
25% as well. I'd be interested in the school committee looking at demographics across socioeconomic status as well as racial status. We've done 2 things in the 8 years that I've been here. Craig, you remember, we have had front paid for all AP exams to ensure that students at all levels of socioeconomic income could access AP. And if they believed that they could achieve an AP score, they had no barrier to that. We have since changed it to that the students and the families can front pay and then are reimbursed.
If they get a 3 or above, and 74% of our
Yes,
students were
and so
reimbursed.
I'd also think it'd be worth looking at whether or not that is continuing to work well for our families. And I'd be interested in more information and perhaps a survey as a parent soon, not a school committee member, as to the 75% that are not participating, what those barriers to access may be. And I think that ties back again to the demographic study that we could possibly do around that.
Absolutely.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Do I need a motion to go back?
Yes, bring it back.
Madam Chair, make a motion to revisit the high school boys soccer
Six.
celebration, which would be, there is no, just
No, that's
5.
regular.
The last item on 5.
Second. Okay, there's been a motion and a second to go back to the agenda item with regards to the boys soccer celebration. Those in favor? And that's unanimous. Thank you. So we are back in the part of it. Good.
I am going to invite Coach Les up here with me, who's going to help me read the names while we pass out letters and pens. So tonight we have our high school boys soccer Division II champions, back-to-back champions. So congratulations, gentlemen, on a well-fought season this year and last year. And when Coach reads the names, going to come up here. You're going to get a little award, letter and award. And we're going to have you stand up here to get a nice photo. Well, I may actually have you stand over here. Because there's a lot more of you than volleyball. Come on over here. I'll line you up.
Morgan Allen. Jacob Bennett here. Kevin Beauclair. Ian Clark. Peter Crowley. Julian, you come? I didn't see Julian. Is Julian here? No. Liam Curry. Logan DiGiacomo. Drew Zanine-Core. Our academic, ladies and gentlemen, 4.34 all state and academic all state. Ryan Niedenbeck. Bill Edmonds. Bennett Fontaine. I did see Mason Fortin, am I correct? Okay. Dylan Gromley. John Grissom. Adam Holly. Wyatt Holt. Brandon Knowles. Ethan Knowles. Kenya Crom. Jack McCalling. Ethan McCann. Chris Mazolik. Chris Mendola. Travis Plant. Cody Poplowski. Christian Ressinger. Ryan Sheldon. Mr. Gray, Don Simpkins. And Will Ellis.
Just like on Sunday, guys.
We'll give Miss Potter. Actually, I have. I think I have something here too.
All right, stage hands on three, okay? One,
Here today? Nice job. One more round of applause. Congratulations. Okay.
You want that? They're gone.
Okay.
Do you want a motion to go back to where we were? or No. I don't think so.
That's the boss. No, it's okay. Okay, we're going to go back to reappointment of district clerk. I recommend the reappointment of Donna Siskavich to the position of district clerk, effective November 16th, 2022 through June 30th, 2023.
So moved.
There's been a motion and a second to reappoint Donna Siskevich to the position of district clerk effective November 16th, 2022 through June 30th, 2023. What's your question?
She's got the
I don't-
approval you, Bill.
Okay. Donna's been such a lifeline for me, I have to say. So I really appreciate all the, as being chair, and she's got the guidance and her assistance and always picking up the phone. So again, I appreciate it. Well deserved. So those in favor? Okay, that's unanimous.
Congratulations, Donna.
I don't know, congratulations.
We'll look for the extension next month. Reappointment of district treasurer. I recommend the reappointment of Deborah Nicotra to the position of district treasurer effective November 16th, 2022 through June 30th, 2024, contingent upon an approved updated job description.
So moved.
There's been a motion and a second to reappoint Deborah Nicotra to the position of district treasurer effective November 16th, 2022 through June 30th, 2024, contingent upon an approved updated job description. Any discussion on that matter? Those in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you very much.
Okay, item D, Charahoe Middle School Student Activity Fund account review. The item was requested by Andrew McQuaid. Ned provided a follow-up memo to the discussion on October 25th, which was brought to light by Mr. Day. Ned's memo details the allocation of funds so that the money follows the class. The enclosed transfer sheet, which I am recommending you approve, should address the concerns of equity.
So we want to make a motion to approve.
She just, so moved.
A motion, a second, please? Okay, there's the second by Andrew McQuaid. Okay, so now I open this up to any questions or discussions. Does Mr. Draper want to review it for us real quickly, or is it pretty self?
Pretty good.
Go ahead.
Sure. Consistent with the conversation from our last school committee meeting, we went through and took a look at the student activity funds in the middle school, along with the principal. We then designated each of those to the corresponding class, thus eliminating the concern about different teams having different involvement, and then elevating up to the level of the graduating class. It'll also allow us to be more in line with what the high school does with their classes. Related to that, we had modified the policy back in August that provides for an equitable distribution. We think that moving the money in this way will satisfy both expectations.
Mr. Day.
I Really appreciate the effort. As I said, the last time around, been an ongoing battle for a number of years here to get the equity, and maybe it's just poetic justice that the last night I served on the school committee that they got the SAF account where I think it's equitable for all students here at Charahoe.
I just wanted to say thank you to Ned and the superintendent for your work on this. I appreciated Bill's concerns, and I'm really pleased that we're able to bring some resolution to this. So thank you both for this.
Any other questions for Mr. Draper? There's been a motion and a second to approve the new format of the student activities fund. Those in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Draper. So, agenda items. Does anyone need anything pulled from the consent agenda item?
H1?
I'm sorry, H1?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else pulled?
So Madam Chair, at this time, I make a motion to move the remainder, but before I do, I would like to acknowledge donations. One donation from Ambient Sound Incorporated, Warwick, Rhode Island, of a brand new Draper. Haha. Electric projection screen valued at $1,500 to Hope Valley Elementary School. Two, a donation from the Paul family, Sandy Paul, in memory of her son, Jamie Paul, of financial assistance totaling $2,000 to be used towards the purchase of diabetic supplies for 2 students. That's something.
Yeah.
Three, donation from Ryan Saunders, Chorus of Wesley of the George Kent Performance Hall to the CHS Chorus for their benefit concert in support of Benefit Concert Scholarship Fund.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Those in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you so much.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
at this time, I'd like to make a motion to approve H1.
There's been a motion and a second to approve H1, which is grounds maintenance bid to SMS Landscaping. So I open this up for conversation or questions. Mr. Rosano?
Gina,
Yes.
I'm only doing this for political reasons. I've noticed in here there's snow plowing, sanding, and sweeping on it. Why is that?
So, Mr. Lazan, we received notification from both Richmond and Hopkinton that they would no longer be plowing the elementary schools based on concern around staffing and equipment. So when we heard that, we had no other choice, but we had to ensure that we went out, as we know, snow is pending, I'm sure shortly, that we had the services available. So we don't have the staff to be able to purchase our own truck to add to that work. So we put out to bid the services so that we could acquire the services.
And did we plan this in our budget?
No, we were notified after the budget.
Oh, that's interesting, considering these towns have done it for the last 50 to 60 years. I'm just a little confused by it. Thank you very much.
Any other questions? There's been a motion and a second to approve the maintenance bid. Those in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you. Superintendent Picard, reports.
We have subcommittee reports from the NEA ESP Negotiations Subcommittee. It will meet on November 21st, 2022 at 4 p.m. in the high school library. We have our Health and Wellness Subcommittee that will be meeting on December 6th, 2022 at 4 p.m. in the high school library. Also, we have our district yard sale. The district is holding another yard sale on Wednesday, November 23rd, as there are items from the CTC Culinary Kitchen Renovation Project that might be useful to community members. District-wide government agencies and nonprofits will be given first option. Enclosed is a list of items for sale. I'm happy to report that we had our Charahoe High School benefit concert last week. It was held on Wednesday, November 9th, 2022. It was a wonderful night, a beautiful concert. The students and Miss Dowding did an amazing job. It was very well attended, packed house, and the students did a special tribute to Miss Dowding. That was a surprise to her, a special song. And it was the 12th year that educator participation has happened and with the Westerly Chorus event. So Ms. Dowding and the students presented each faculty member who participated with a medal for years of support and singing in the choir. So that was lovely. So congratulations to them. It was a wonderful night. The holiday concert is December 21st. I will repeat that again on December 13th. Very excited. Miss Dowding does a wonderful job, as do our children. The return of Artisy, finally, but since COVID, that is happening on April 1st, which is a Saturday, but the buffet will be happening on Friday, March 31st. And that event will be it's open to the community. We are looking for all kinds of opportunities for our band, our chorus, our arts. So it will be a celebration all across the board, and our staff and our students are excited for the return of Artisy. And we're hoping our community will celebrate with us on March 31st and April 1st. Coming events, November 16th, CTC tomorrow afternoon, I should say, Culinary Senior Citizen Thanksgiving Dinner, Creative Taste Cafe at 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. We also have the middle school PTO meeting tomorrow, and that's at 7 p.m., as well as the Richmond School PTO meeting virtually at 7 p.m. On November 17th, we have early release day. Secondary is dismissed at 12:45, elementary at 1:55. No p.m. pre-K, AM will attend. On November 17th, Hope Valley School Makerspace Showcase and Math Extravaganza in the cafeteria, 6 to 7 p.m. On November 21st through December 2nd, our high school Interact Club food drive will take place. November 23rd, no school students and school year staff. 11/12/24 through 11/25, no school students and staff. 11/28, Ashway School picture retakes. December 2nd, end of elementary grading period. Our first trimester ends. December 2nd, Hope Valley School picture retakes. December 5th is a state PD day, all staff, asynchronous day for students. It may be important to know that that will be the last one. The state has said that they will no longer continue with asynchronous learning days moving forward. December 5th, December 9th, Richmond School PTO holiday shop in the cafeteria. December 7th, Richmond School 4th grade chorus concert, middle school auditorium at 6 p.m. And December 12th, Hope Valley School PTO meeting in the library at 6:30 p.m.
Thank you, Ms. Picard.
Thank you.
School committee request for future agenda items or legal opinions at this point? Yes, Ms. Picard?
Continuation of the conversation regarding AP courses.
And the addition.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
Could we maybe loop into that, a discussion on the dual enrollment program too?
The
I
dual
think-
enrollment?
I think those two might kind of go hand in hand. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good idea.
Yes, we'll have concurrent.
Yep. Yes. Ms. Keller?
So in years past, when we've had new committee members come on, I know that the feedback from them was that an onboarding process and a little bit of a tutorial about how the committee flows, as well as get out, understanding Robert's rules and general policies that are applied to the committee. Because I think it's important, since committee members deal with extremely private matters in some cases, it's really important to understand the legal ramifications of breach and those types of things. And we want the best out of our new committee members and put them on the best path forward. So I don't know if that's planned, but my recommendation would be that that's outstanding.
I've extended invitations to all new members. I know myself, I'm working with myself, John, Ed, and Mike to create a mini session prior to December 13th, if they're able to attend. We're just coordinating dates that would work for all four of us.
Okay, so you're saying, okay, just so I know, because we're planning the onboarding, we've got it in the works.
I'm doing the same thing, like, for example, I always extended the invitation, like when I started, but any new member that came in, I extended the invitation, the opportunity to meet with me.
Okay.
Myself and Donna have, I think in Donna's recent Karen received it, it was a linked spreadsheet, and then if we met, and then I provide that. I have all the information if people want a hard copy. I talk through just any questions they may have. I offer up the Rhode Island Association of School Committees, School Committee 101, but John and I spoke that it may be helpful to coordinate a couple of hours at an evening or a weekend to sort of run through budget, curriculum, and, we have like a little cheat sheet. And I'm actually happy I can scan the entire packet to everyone who's been on the committee and has never seen it.
We're required to do how many PD hours a year?
6 hours.
So, okay, but I'm confused by this. So can we coordinate that with what we're working on?
Yep, you asked me that when you and Gary were working on it. I
Yeah.
sent you the template that I work right off of. It's the same thing. I haven't
Okay,
changed anything.
Okay, all right,
I know you are looking to maybe expand that as your own committee members.
right. but it'll happen
Excellent.
because it's really important.
And I recommend for all ongoing legal cases that the meeting minutes on those reviews are compiled and very easily, maybe for the past 6 months or so. That will get them up to speed quickly and they won't have to go looking for it. They can't even see previous.
That might be.
Hmm.
So we only be open to those who are part of that discussion. But John gives a legal update.
Okay.
That might
That's,
be.
that's unfortunate. Okay.
I'll follow up with John.
Mr. Gray?
So along those same lines, I'm presuming that at our December 13th meeting, that John will provide an executive session, a legal update on any current pending litigation. Or if that's not planned, I'll make that a
I
request.
would-
So perhaps,
He will, but we have to check the schedule first. I can't say it will be on December 13th, but he will be providing a legal update.
so
I don't
it's,
know what's on his calendar, so I can't say he can be here.
fair enough, but I'm sure that John will appreciate the importance of the first meeting, and so will hopefully be able to make himself available.
All good suggestions. Transition. Okay, Mr. John.
No.
We're gonna give it to Mr.
Oh, yeah, thank
Dr.
you. The
Callahan.
last
Dr.
one.
Callahan.
Thank you.
Love-
I make a
Right,
motion
right.
to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you.
It's been a second. Those in favor? Makes me sad.
We're
Thank
adjourned.
you all, thank you all.
I'm keeping my name tag.
Very good.
Donna keeps them because you never know.